guys wonder why I hate women.
Secure the ballistics.
I might as well get something out of it, right?
My balls from getting bigger, you know.
Gavin B, thanks $2. Perturb Pedro made a video on why Fable 3 sucks. I'm gonna count that as a video suggestion. Let's watch Angry Joe's Fable 3 review. I need to listen and learn, you know. Top 32 reasons Fable 3 sucks. 4.9 million views 15 years ago. So this is during the Channel Awesome Kino era, or maybe right after. Because he did leave Channel Awesome at some point, but I don't remember when. Blistered thumbs. Okay.
You know, a lot of people ask me, Joe, why didn't you do a Fable 3 video? You did a Fable 2 video, a preview, a 2-part review, but no Fable 3 video. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I just didn't want to believe how bad this game is. And how can I somewhat like Fable 2 and absolutely hate Fable 3? So much to the point where I would even put it off to play worse and worse games.
Dude, I bought that fucking Dangerous Hunt game. I was supposed to do a stream of that shit, and then I just never got around to it. I still have the stupid-ass gun around here somewhere. I even brought it with me on the move. I gotta get to that sometime. Anyway.
Fable franchise, we have a long history. Yeah, I was one of the first members on like the Blue Box forums. I forgot the exact name. I was like member number 50. I was waiting, buying into the hype for the first Fable, planting the acorn and watching the tree grow. And ever since then, you know the rest. Fable 3 is a beautiful game. The environments
Let's see, I'm guessing he's referencing the Peter Molyneux lie, because that isn't actually in the game. Unless he just means, like, a tree grows from the intro to when you're an adult. But whatever, I'm letting it slide. Let's just move on.
Awesome. It has a unique style, it has a unique setting, and the detail is amazing. But the game itself sucks. It is the most boring, lazy, backward-ass designed game I have played in a long time. It is insulting, because whereas bad games are just bad, Fable 3 has high production values and just fails in every important aspect.
Dude, he's just describing like every modern game. What happened? This is the normal game critique back in the day. And the correct one, let me tell you. The correct one, which is why I make videos the way I do. But somehow, again, video essays. You can always blame video essays for the destruction of any fucking fun on this fucking platform. Obviously, you can also blame like the 2017 adpocalypse for getting rid of like a shit ton of edgy stuff, since all of that got demonetized. But the point is, like, pseudo-intellectual drivel for tards ruined stuff like this, where it's just a guy who's mad, you know, talking about why a game sucks. You know, like, I'm sure Angry Joe still does that, but it's always like shovelware trash because he's a pussy, absolute pussy. So I don't know, I like this stuff.
Now, if you judge the game purely on artistic design and visuals, it would score highly with me. But this is not what makes a game great. What makes a game great is the gameplay. Is it fun to play, or is it a boring chore? And that's what Fable 3 is. It commits the worst offense. It is a boring chore to play through. How anybody can...
Again, this is how I feel about every movie game. You know what I mean? That's every movie game to me.
Be so blind and not see all of these things that make no sense in front of them baffles me. This has happened before. This
Oh boy, Zoomers in chat, don't look. Shitting on the prequels that are actually really good, I swear.
Franchise needs help. And I'm about to explain why and how it fails so much. So share your experiences with me as I share mine with you. It's gonna be a longer video. And if you see something that happened to you, I want to know about it. These are the top 10 reasons why Fable 3 sucks balls.
Yeah, I mean, I've defended episode 3 because episode 3 is edgy, and you guys know I love edgy shit. So episode 3 is I do enjoy. I will defend episode 3. The video game for episode 3 was good too. I should do that on stream sometime. I haven't played that since I was a kid.
Number 1. The Sanctuary. The first thing is something that you will notice right away. The godforsaken Sanctuary. It's your inventory screen, it's your options, it's your map, it's your quest summary, it's your everything. And it needs to be none of those things. The inventory in Fable 2 was bad, but not this bad. It needed improving, not to be...
Well, the only reason the inventory in Fable 2 is bad, well, there's two reasons. One, there's too many categories of items. And two, when you use an item, it kicks you out of the menu. Other than that, I think it was fine. But mainly kicking you out of the menu and you use an item, that was dog shit. What the fuck? What if you want to use more than one?
completely ripped out and replaced with something that's even worse. It's so counterintuitive, it has to be one of the biggest bonehead moves of 2010.
What do you do about it?
Bruh, this is how you know this is a different time. This is literally just a several second long clip with Angry Joe not talking. He's just walking around. There's nothing. This is the antithesis of Zoomer editing. What you're watching. This is how videos were back then. No one respected time or attention span. You know what I mean? Like, you just... Yeah, here's just a clip of the character walking around. What is... I don't know.
To do anything other than hit people or fart in their faces, you need to go to the sanctuary. The process is unnecessarily long. You load it up, you walk into the room where the thing is that you need, you walk to the specific podium, you press and hold the A button, which is retarded in itself.
Do you like how closed captioning considers retarded a slur? This is why I hate YouTube.
You equip the item, then you leave the sanctuary. Here's another example of how annoying it is. I wanted to give my girl a present, perfume or flowers. So guess what? I have to position myself perfectly, walk up to her, interact with her, hit the gift button, then get transported to my sanctuary. She comes with me, by the way, ruining the surprise. Then get transferred to a new gifting room specific to gifting. You can't even get to this room normally in the sanctuary. It's a special room. She comes with you into that one as well. Then you walk up to some podiums. Then you hit the right trigger, left trigger, and you scroll through it until you find it. Then you hit the right button.
Yeah, someone said the Crimson Desert of Fable. Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? This might be the worst menu system ever. You know what's funny? Like, this is where Soul can go wrong, because I feel like it's kind of soulful. Like, oh, your inventory is you teleporting to like your castle or whatever, your big estate or wherever this is supposed to be, and you look through all your shit. But you have to do it every time. Like, this is literally the most cumbersome thing in human existence. Like, what is this? That's crazy.
Left button. And then, when you find the perfume, you have to walk up to the perfume podium, hit A, and then you...
Yeah, I mean, this is worse than Crimson Desert. Even Crimson Desert doesn't have something as bad as this, I'd say. But Crimson Desert is more like a million bad things piled on top of each other. This is one phenomenally bad idea that is, like, there's no way this should have made it past the drawing board, you know?
You have to exit. Then, as if that wasn't the most disappointing thing ever, she automatically has the perfume!
The item is removed from your inventory and may now be retrieved by the amateur.
The perfume apparently materializes up her ass! Because I didn't seem to give them to her. I didn't see myself giving them to her. There's no fucking animation of you giving her the flowers or anything.
Okay, see, this I don't like, because this type of criticism is what led to, like, the hyper-realism Red Dead 2 shit. There doesn't need to be an animation for everything. You can do things perfectly fine without that. It just has to be fast and convenient. This is, like, the worst of both worlds. That's the part I agree with.
For that matter. You actually have no idea if that godforsaken process even worked. If you want to make sure she got them, here's what you have to do. You have to force her to pause, travel to her sanctuary, you follow her by the way, and you do it all over again until she makes sure, scroll through all the left triggers, the right buttons, until she makes sure she has the perfume on her goddamn podium!
What's the point of gifting shit to other players? This is bizarre.
What the fuck? All of this that has to do with the sanctuary doubles or triples the time you spend doing even minute things. Probably padding out this short game even further in total playtime by a few hours. It even makes navigation in the world in
But the game itself is animations between characters for a lot of stuff. I mean, that is true to a degree. Like, they have animations for a lot of the emotes and shit. I don't know. It's just weird.
infuriating. Reason number 2. The navigation in the world is infuriating. There is no map. There is no traditional mini-map. There's Peter's stupid breadcrumb trail. But it misleads me. Sometimes, if it's even there, it disappears when I seem to need it the most. The breadcrumb trail was the worst idea because it makes you focus on the trail and ignore all of the time and effort that the environment designers slaved for years.
Dude, this is aged like fine wine. Except, would he even agree with this now? This is a 15-year-old video. We've had 15 years of, you know, quest markers, of like the glowing lights, of the yellow paint, of all these various forms of go here, gamer, exactly here, no exploration, go here. Does he, I don't know, would he even agree with this these days? Probably not. I feel like he would call himself nitpicking and say, you know, like, let's say I made this video instead of him, then he would shit on it. He absolutely would. I'm just saying. Everyone is a fucking Goy Slop consumer shill these days. This is legit the type of shit that would be in my videos.
Working on, or just months, whatever. They carried it over from Fable 2. You're just staring at this glowing line until you
Yeah,
reach
it's
your
only
destination.
360p
And when you want to
video.
find
That's
something
crazy.
that's specific- and then I can't easily get my bearings because, get this, there is no you are here anywhere on this fucking sanctuary map. I've never been to these places before. This is not real life. In these kinds of games, it is helpful to look at the map for a few times on your way to the location. You pull up your map, you look at it, you exit your map. And it's just a pain in the ass to have to repeat this process in Fable 3 to the Sanctuary over and over while you're traveling. And speaking of traveling to places...
How are you this fine day, sir?
Reason number 3. There is a loading screen every 5 seconds. I am so...
See, this is, if you want to, this is the ultimate monkey's paw. You want to talk about the ultimate monkey's paw of the past, like, 10 to 15 years of game development? It was getting rid of loading screens. That's why, even though I think it's still a very appropriate complaint to talk about Starfield, because I feel like Starfield's form of loading screens is especially insulting and just horrible. But the issue is that what were loading screens replaced with? Things that are actually worse. Like, I don't care what anyone fucking says. Like, these barely disguised loading screens where you squeeze through a crevice. Or like in the modern Resident Evil games, you hold A to move that huge cabinet up or whatever. That's obviously a fucking loading screen. I'm not an idiot. I know normies are. They're like, whoa, you moved the cabinet. I hold A. I hold A. I moved the cabinet. But me, I'm like, I know this is a loading screen. I would rather look at like a different screen than hold the A button for 10 seconds. Like, it's just retarded. Or like all the climbing shit in Uncharted. That's another fake loading screen. It's like, I actually prefer loading screens. I'm not gonna lie. I do. Not Starfield loading screens,
so
though.
tired of
That's
seeing
too many.
Big Bess's big ass. You will see these stupid loading screens with their stupid posters constantly. Every single time you enter a new area, there's a loading screen. It feels like half of the game you're looking at these screens. This is 2010, people. There are games out there that load once. Or at the very least have these in-game loading in between areas that just load in the background while you play. This is just pure laziness. I swear, it is like 30% of those 12 hours you'll probably be playing this game total are spent staring at these damn loading screens.
Well, again, would you rather you replace all these with, oh, there's a weird random crevice up ahead that I must squeeze through for 30 seconds? It's like, those loading screens would not be any shorter if they were done the other way. It's just you wouldn't be staring at this. You'd be staring at a crevice or a wall with climbing objects, you know?
Reason number 4, co-op. Co-op is improved But ultimately, it stands as a prime example of how it's pretty much pointless unless the game is specifically designed for two-player campaigns. People want to co-op meaningfully. And instead of crafting the story in Fable 3 to where it has meaningful co-op, they just give us the co-op that Fable 2 should have had 1 game ago.
I'm not gonna lie, I miss these days. This is gone now. Attacked on co-op is fine as long as it's completely functional from start to finish. I don't think they really have to cater that much. Like, again, you look at what the Far Cry games did. Far Cry 5 is not in any way balanced around co-op. They just let you do it, and people had a good time. You know, that I think that's fine. I really don't think the game has to be designed around it as long as it's a game that could benefit from it.
Fable 2's Promise Cooperative. It's now in Fable 3. Congratulations. You just shoehorned it in. Your co-op partner doesn't participate, and everyone in the story ignores them like they aren't even there. All the second player does.
That shit does not matter. That does not matter, dude. That does not matter. That's a pointless complaint. Who cares?
Does essentially is help you out in combat. But you don't need help in combat. Reason number 5, co-op play restrictions. So get this, to even play the co-op I mentioned, you have to have the same exact DLC as the person you're playing with. Now, I'm not talking about expansions here. I'm not talking if you want to play an expansion that has come out. No, I'm talking about the littlest of DLC downloads. If you don't have the freaking free Yule hat, you can't play with somebody that didn't download the Yule hat. If you don't download the free weapons pack, you can't play with somebody that doesn't have the free weapons pack. Guess what? You can't play with your friend until you do too.
Yeah, that. What the fuck is that? That's complete nonsense.
The Black Dye DLC is fucking bullshit. Why do we have to pay for the use of the color black to dye our clothes?
Yeah, shit, it racist. I got pay for black. I ain't got pay for white. Shit. That's funny. It was a different time, guys. It was a different time. I mean, that's 80 cents. They don't fucking even really make microtransactions that cheap anymore. It's $20 for a skin. That is normalized. $20 for a skin.
Are you serious?
And that's not to get into gotcha
so
shit.
Bullshit.
It's not even worth talking about gotcha
10
shit.
clothing options in the game. Customization is literally gone. It's barren. Like 7 of those costumes are quest clothing that they give you anyway. So that makes like 3 or 4 clothes that actually have any variation. What is the point? Oh, but you want a new shiny set of industrial knight armor? $2, please. Any new clothes we put out? More money, please. They want us to pay them to.
It's hilarious how much worse things have gotten. They've gotten so much worse than back then.
Meaningfully customize our character.
Because people kept buying this shit. Of course they did.
Do in these kinds of games. The DLC is bullshit in this game. And why is the free Yule hat 14 megabytes? Somebody tell me why the Yule hat is 14.
Dude, 14, complaining about 14 megabytes. It was a different time, guys. It was a different time. That'd take 1 second to download now, but, you know, back then, you know, it could take like 5 minutes.
14 megabytes! Bullshit! Reason number 7. The combat is broken. And this is a huge reason. There is absolutely no use for melee. 1/3 of your weapon choices are invalid. If you even try to use your hammer or sword, enemies will constantly block all your attacks. It takes like 10 free.
Wait, do they not have power attacks? Fable 2 had power attacks. Is he just being a shitter? There's no way to break through block. There has to be a way to break through block. It's just gotta be power attacks.
Minutes to kill a difficult enemy. And that's if they are on their own. Most of the time, you're going to be swarmed with a shitload of them. So where it would take you half a second to kill the same enemy in a single shot or two because guns are unblockable, no, you have to sit there and spend 10 minutes attacking somebody with flourishes, charge up attacks while you're getting your ass beat. You have to duck and dodge. And you
Yeah,
have
it
to
sounds
have your
like
attacks
he's
constantly
dumb
blocked.
and bad
thank
and
you.
DSP. Am I right? DSP? Am I right,
Reason
DSP?
number 8. Magic is insanely overpowered.
I want Magic to be... Magic was underpowered in Fable 2. It was overpowered in 1. I would welcome it being overpowered in 3. In 2, I was disappointed. It was very overpowered in 1. It didn't seem that over... In 2, it seemed too balanced. It needs to be better.
B is the key to winning any battle. I purposefully handicapped myself, which I should never have to do, by using a gun the whole game. I refuse to use the piece of shit melee weapons, but why did I do this? Because the magic in this game is extremely overpowered. And now you can even combine 2 magic spells together. Why? In a game that's this...
Okay, this is a retarded ass complaint. Single player game, who cares if one thing is overpowered? Like, that does not matter. It does not matter. Okay, I agree. Maybe Melee should be better, but I'm not convinced that Angry Joe doesn't just suck. You like how YouTube has like compressed this video 5 times in the past 15 years, and this just looks like a smear on your screen? Yeah, good shit, man.
It's easy. Why do you make it even easier? Magic was overpowered in Fable 2. Did you not see anybody complain about it? Are you that dumb? Instead, you make magic even more insane in Fable 3? Are you serious? I can't believe this. This is unbelievable.
No. How many times, because of this exact same logic, has an indie dev ruined their own fucking game because of a bunch of Discord autistic... No! Or like, this build is so overpowered, I beat the game easily, please nerf. And then they nerf into the ground, then the game sucks. This is the part where Devin would bring up under rail. But anyway, the point is, the solution obviously is to not make a brain dead easy game. But if it's a single player game and it's not meant to be challenging, which is obviously not, it's Fable. Fable 1 was easy. Fable 2 was easy. Of course, Fable 3 is going to be easy. It's not supposed to be Dark Souls. This came out before Dark Souls, but you get the point. Demon Souls is out. It's not supposed to be Demon Souls. It's Fable. Melee sucking does suck, though. Melee should be good. I feel like if Melee is good in Fable 2.
Reason number 9, and this is probably the biggest one. It's too damn easy. The whole game, I never once died. I must have used maybe a grand total of 2 health potions. And I didn't
Damn, only 2 health potions. But yeah, I didn't die during Fable 2. I'm not sure if I ever died in 1, but probably not. But you guys could see I never died in 2.
I don't know if I needed those because there's no freaking health bar. Just the sides of my screens.
Oh, they got rid of health bars, and it's just the fucking, like, red screen shit that every game was doing at the time. Damn.
Appeared slightly red. I had no idea how much more health I could still go, so I used the health potions. I didn't need to, though. If the game has no challenge, then there is absolutely no tension in combat. Then the combat in the game is completely pointless. You've just made...
I don't think it's pointless. Power fantasies can be fun. It just depends on how it's done. You know what I mean? Like, the game has to be built around it. I do think Fable definitely could have significantly improved in the combat department, because you could see, like, by the end of Fable 2, I'm just like, let's just get through this. But if the game is designed around you being overpowered, it can be fun. You know, that's why I like Prototype, which obviously when I streamed it was on hard, so that was not a power fantasy. I got an ass beating. But on normal difficulty, I'd say most of the game is just a decent challenge. Some parts are hard for sure, but you still feel really strong. You know, you can say the same of like Infamous or like some of these other superhero games too. Like superhero games are always the good example, where you're usually significantly more powerful than the enemies you're fighting. So those are good. You could definitely do that in like a more standard RPG format. It's just that Fable's combat is way too simplistic. Like, there really is just there's no complexity to it at all. There's nothing to chew on. The skill ceiling is very low, so that's why it's more distracting that it's easy. You could definitely make an easy game as long as it has a high skill ceiling, and then speedrunners will go crazy on it in that case. But if it has a low skill ceiling, then yeah, it does feel pointless in that case.
the other 60% of your game pointless. The combat. The other 30% are loading screens. 60% pointless combat, 30% loading screens. What's the other 10%? I'll tell you. Reason number 10. The dumb character interactions with NPCs.
This is just Fable, though. Like, how much of this is just a criticism of the Fable series? All right, let's hear it.
In Fable 3, they actually made the interactions with NPCs worse. It was already a crappy system. Whereas in other RPGs, people actually have interesting shit to say. In Fable 3, you pick a random expression like farting in their face or dancing like a chicken. It is completely...
They somehow made this worse. This is like the developers barely disguised fetish. Like, this doesn't look like a joke. This is a fetish.
ridiculous. They never have anything good to say. There's no point in doing any of these. None of these random PCs say anything useful besides a stupid fetch quest on occasion. And now you can't even choose your dumb interactions. In Fable 2, you could at least choose what...
Oh shit, you only get to choose one of 3? It was... What? What? Okay, I was wondering, where's the downgrade? Because this already sounds the same as the first two. And then it's like, oh yeah, you only get to pick one of these. Yeah, that's dog shit. Okay, that's complete dog shit.
Stupid ass interaction you wanted to do, but no, in Fable 3 now it's random. Why did they make this change? They keep dumbing down this game. Everything dumbs down this game. The dumb interactions.
That's what's funny, right? Okay, so people always talk about Bethesda. Every game is dumbed down from the last one. But at least they started with complexity, like a fuck ton. You know, too much complexity for the level of depth, it seems like in some cases, but whatever. The point is, it had a lot of complexity, it had depth, and then they just smoothed that out with every game. Fable 1 was already a very simple game. How the fuck do you... Why? Why would you simplify something that's already retard-proof?
Are the same for everyone. To seduce girls, you dance with them. But it's the very same dance when you dance with dudes. It's complete.
Whoa, homophobic Angry Joe, don't show Twitter this. Oh my god, someone cancel him. I can't believe you said that.
Completely ridiculous. I don't want to hold your hand. This does not form an emotional bond between us, especially when most of the time you're not even holding my hand. I'm floating in the air and I'm holding the air and you're holding the air in front of you and we are both holding the same air in front of us because of poor animation execution or whatever it is. There.
See, I'm now realizing that I'm an Angry Joe clone. But how he just said that sentence, I like that natural like flow of consciousness talking where it's clearly not a hard script. Like that's just a human sharing their opinion on something in a human way instead of being an autistic robot. But that's dead now because we have to pretend to be smart.
10 fucking reasons why this game sucks. So there it is. The top 10 reasons why Fable 3 sucks. And I'm not even done. That's not all there is. In fact, I know I said top 10 reasons, but fuck it, I need more. Number 11, the dog. There's no emotional bond there. He's simply a carryover from Fable 2.
What the fuck? You just mean to the dog for no reason? Dude. Why? But yeah, that was the same as Fable 2. I feel like the dog really added nothing to Fable 2. I mean, I still liked having a dog, but not for any reason other than I like dogs. You know what I mean?
They don't do anything with him. In fact, I think his AI just took a dump in Fable 3. Number 12, there's never anything in the fucking crates. What did I tell you guys about this in my Fable 2 review? Didn't I fucking tell you? Dude, they're all empty. It's a joke in my face.
Well, you know what? I got something for those crates.
It's a different time, guys. Let's go. Skids. Skids, dude. Alright, hold on. Yeah. I get the reference.
Indication of where you have properties on the zoomed out map. Yes, you have flags, but you don't have any idea where your family is. Where's my baby? Especially if
Yeah,
you
was
leave
that
their
other
house
Joe
and you need
just
to
way
find them on the
younger?
map
He
that
looked a lot
doesn't
different.
exist. Reason number 14. If your character is not perfectly positioned, the interaction objects won't appear floating above their heads. Even when you are staring face to face, they still don't appear. They appear like
I had that problem a couple times in Fable 2 as well, where like the interaction, like sometimes there'd just be a tiny little area where you're able to interact. It's just a little annoying, but it's not that big.
at random. Reason number 15, screen tearing. This anti-analyzing, just everything is blurry in motion.
Anti-analyzing instead of anti-aliasing. Anti-analyzing.
Reason number 16.
Dude, this is also aged like fine wine, though. Every fucking game is blurry as shit. This is, I swear to you, Fable was ahead of its time, but not for a good reason. Not for a good fucking reason. Not for a good reason. Peter Molyneux, if Peter Molyneux was around today, like making games right now, which I think he actually was working on something, wasn't he? I don't know if he still is. Anyway, the point is, if he was a big shot production dude now, he would get away with all the scams. Absolutely, because the entire industry does his types of scams now. He was ahead of his time. Absolutely ahead of his time.
Reason number 16, weapon morphing is BS. Weapons morph only when you complete a challenge, not as you use them, as we were told. There is
Okay, I don't think that's a problem.
not enough weapon variety. There's like 2 guns, a sword, and a hammer. So
That kind of sucks. Let me think. So 2 had, I think, 4 types of guns or something. Even though I just used the turret rifle once chat told me that was the best one. You guys are right, definitely. I don't know how true what he's saying is, to be fair. But yeah, why wouldn't there be more weapon variety?
Peter ramped down the hype, and the only things that he was talking about is you could be king and you can morph your weapons. Well, weapon morphing is a massive disappointment. The only time your weapons morph is when you complete specific quests related to that weapon. I don't want to run around and kill one person in 20 of my...
Wait a minute. An objective for fucking morphing the shotgun is give gifts to 20 players over Xbox Live. Reward plus 20% damage in multiplayer. What? What if I only play by myself and only want to play by myself? Why the fuck would they do that? That's annoying.
My friend's Xbox Live game? That is a serious ploy to sell 20 more copies of this game to your friend. Just to morph my weapon. Are you fucking shitting me? Reason number 17. Too easy to earn money. It becomes worthless. Before you know it, you have hundreds of thousands of gold and nothing to spend it on. What are you going to spend it on in Fable 3? What is there to spend it on? Nothing.
I think you could probably just extrapolate that the Fable games don't really have end games. Because again, Peter Molyneux, he's a scammer. That's what he is. He did accidentally make some fun games, but they are severely lacking. Like, Fable is one of those potential man games, just like Dragon's Dogma, really, except Dragon's Dogma is definitely better. But the point is, Fable was always a potential man game. You play it, you see the soul, you see what a true sequel could have been. Then you play Fable 2 and you're like, well, this is kind of just more of the same. They didn't improve on much. And then I guess Fable 3 was just a giant piece of shit, is what it sounds like. So, yeah.
Reason number 18. The frame rate drops mess up your button pattern when you're doing a job. For no reason, the game slows down.
I couldn't tell if that was Xenia or what, but I had that problem a few times in Fable 2 as well, like with the sculptor, you know? I mean, it was still funny to fuck up the flex, but I definitely had like weird input lag, and I think it was because of frame dropping.
Especially in multiplayer. Reason number 19. Even more bullshit DLC content. Reason number 20. Why do you turn ginormous when you're interacting with somebody in co-op? It's ridiculous. Like, I'm huge when I interact with my girlfriend. Then when she interacts with me...
He becomes a manlet like you are in real life, Joe.
She's like a fucking Amazon, picking me up and throwing me around like I'm a child. What the hell? And that's it. That is the top 20 fuck it, I need 10 more. Number 21. I wouldn't be surprised if Fable turned into this Final Fantasy thing. Fable 1, Fable 2, Fable 3, Fable 7, Fable...
Oh, that didn't age well. That did not age well. Fast forward 15 years and we're finally getting another one. It's gonna be so shit.
13. Less gameplay, more loading screens. It's excellent this time, we promise. Reason number 22. Everything is a corridor. And it's a shame because...
Yeah, I've given my opinion on this so many times. But again, this is the same in all three Fable games. The worlds are just corridors. There aren't really open areas. That can be done well. It can, but there should be variety. You know, you can have hallways and some open areas. I think that's usually the best way to do it. Because giant empty spaces suck. Maybe because I've played so many of them. Corridors, though, if it's an open world, that is bad. Again, you know, I didn't hate it that much, Dragon's Dogma 2. I feel like there's so many other problems with it, especially since Dragon's Dogma 1's open world also sucks. But, you know.
The environments are so gorgeous. Invisible walls are everywhere. You can't avoid them because every area ends in an invisible wall. Reason number 23, it is so boring. You literally do nothing in combat. You never change your tactics in combat. You can do the same thing over and over. Even for bosses. Number 24. Press A and hold it for 2 seconds if you want to do something? Why? I pressed A. If I press A, that means
That's another one that's aged well.
I'm pressing A. Why do I have to press and hold and then release? Why? Reason number 25. We went through half of the game not looking like how we wanted to look. And you go into a barber shop and he only has 3 styles and a beard. Do you want a mustache? Yeah, I want a mustache, but I also want a goatee. I don't know how to do that. For your unwanted... Number 16. Everything is dumbed down. This game is for stupid people. It doesn't appeal to anyone anymore. It doesn't excel in any area. Please...
Again, show this to future Joe. Yeah, and now you're defending all of those games for retards. So, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Old Joe knew. Old Joe knew. And now, fat fuck Joe, just, it's over. He's got no standards.
Please tell me one thing that Fable does better than any other RPG. You can't do it! Reason number 27.
Here, I can name one. In Fable 2, you can have several wives and children. There you go. I'm not going to say no other game has done that, obviously, but if you think about all the other popular RPGs, none of them are like, yes, let's go Mormon tier. I need my fucking harem of wives who never meet each other because they're in different towns.
The going back to the road to rule, to use everything, to have to fly across a non-existent plane of the universe in order to improve.
His Risen review back then was complete ass and Orville. I mean, he's always been a normie gamer, though. I know Devin would say the same of me. Fuck that guy. I don't know who that is. That Lord Frog of sorts. What a piece of shit. But, yeah, I mean, Joe always was very normie taste gamer, that's for sure.
Improve my skills with the sword because I open a chest? You mean I use my sword countless times, I kill hundreds of people, and I can't upgrade until I fly to a plane non-existent in this world and open a fucking chest so that my sword levels up. Oh my god. Reason number 28. The money that you have cannot be seen except when you go into the stupid sanctuary. You have to go to the sanctuary to see how much money you have. Reason number 29. The extremely anticlimactic villain fights. Every major character boss fight in the Fable franchise has been a huge disappointment. In the first one, in the second one, the Fable franchise it's like a fucking tradition with them. The fight with your brother when you take the king down isn't what you think. It's a huge disappointment. All that for nothing. Reason number...
I mean, Jack of Blades is okay. I'll give it that. Like, Fable 2's was, yeah, absolutely terrible. Like, unbelievably bad.
30. This game is short as hell when you remove all the bullshit time you waste on things that shouldn't be there. It's even short when compared to other RPGs with all the bullshit Fable 3 padding. No, reason number 31. All the NPCs look the same. And reason number 32, this game killed my son. I had a son, and it was actually auto-named Joe. But guess what? When you fight your brother, the Bowerstone Old Quarter, or whatever it's called, is completely destroyed. And there was no warning of that at all. And that's where I had my family house, and my wife, and my son, who was auto-named Joe. It was very special. And then, after that sequence, my family was murdered. Fuck this game for murdering my son. Fuck this game!
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, back then, you could do shit like that. No one would care. The problem is everyone would like spur out like that was a good part actually. It's like obviously he's fucking around. But like they tried that shit in Fable 2 and then didn't even account for if the player has multiple wives. Like I had 4 wives and 4 children, and then right at the end of the game, like, oh yeah, I killed your wife and your child. Which one? I mean, you can't just say that. I mean, Lucian found all of them. Found all of them, even the one that was in the pocket dimension. This is the first time I've seen you enjoy. I used to be a fan of Angry Joe. I'm not even lying. Like, yes, there are videos, I'm sure back then I disagreed with them, but they used to be entertaining. They used to be entertaining. It's crazy he still gets good views. I don't know. Again, I have thrown around by accusations too many times. I think he just is like very normie friendly, you know. So his it's always been kind of lowest common denominator content, but him still getting 2.2 million views, even if it was a subject that everyone got good views for. I mean, I got good views, and I didn't even title my video Dragon Age Veilguard. It was the You Deserve What You Tolerate video. Compared to his sub count, I'd actually disagree. No, that's normal, though. Like, having 3 million subs and getting 2 million views is actually pretty good. The thing is, I know a lot of his shit has fallen off. I actually get very good views for my subscriber count. A lot of people, it's way less. Like, this is the shit. This is the shit that's bad. It's like 13,000 views, 10,000, 40,000, 40,000, 47,000. See, because most people only care about I guess this is like rage about some stupid shit or something. Wasn't he fighting with Nerdrotic and crew about this movie, and then he ended up hating it anyway? That's funny. But yeah, the end of physical discs thing, I will definitely talk about this a bit in my next video, but it's more going to be about the Xbox closures, because I think I'm probably going to talk about, I'm just going to talk about this hypothetical gaming crash thing, because like, depending on how big this ends up being, people are going to say this is the gaming crash. Like, that's definitely going to be the take from all the culture warrior people. So I'm just going to see how many studios get shut down, how many layoffs there are, and all that shit, and then I'll comment based on what the numbers are.